Hello and welcome to another episode of the Playlist Podcast with me, Gemma. Just another quick announcement. As you know from last episode, Jack's taken a few months off the podcast, focusing on his new job. Just to let you guys know, he has settled in really nicely and he is really enjoying it. So thanks for sending over your support, and he really appreciates it. Now back to the episode. I am joined by a brand new band from the UK, Flashcards. How are you?
Very good. All good. Yeah, all good here.
Good. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, cheers.
Just for our listeners, did you want to introduce yourselves?
Yes, so we are Flashcards. We are a Leeds-based indie rock band with some electronic synth elements, some pop in there, I'd say. Just a bit of everything. But we're establishing ourselves. We put out our first single, Leo, which came out last week, and it's doing quite well. We've been surprised by the reception to that. Been really, welcomed onto the scene, and so we're excited, and thank you again for having us. No, it's great.
That's okay. Did you just want to each of you introduce yourselves, what you do in the band?
Sure thing. I'm Drew, and I am the singer of the band, and I play keys as well. How could I forget? How could I forget?
I'm Lewis. I play the drums.
Okay,
That's what I do.
I'm Harvey. I'm the bassist for the band and also a little bit of backing vocals as well if needed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Albie and I play guitar.
Very nice to meet you all. How did you guys meet?
Through uni. It was literally, we were all on the same course and all in the same year at Leeds Arts University doing music, and it was just kind of, we just had a jam, and then
here we are.
And the rest is history.
Like the first day of uni, wasn't it?
The first day,
because I came in late, and then both of you guys, all you guys were like,
so
have a jam.
First day of uni, everyone was kind of nervous. I got in, and we were all chilling, and then Lewis got in real late, and I was like, oh, well, we're gonna go and jam in this room to get to know each other, and I was like, do you want to come? And then he did, and then it all sort of blossomed from there. We've been in bands for uni projects as well, separately before, so we knew we worked kind of together.
That's nice to hear. It's
very organic.
a lot of friendships bloom when you're at university.
Mm.
You read a lot of band bios and it'll be like, they met at university.
Yeah.
That for myself, Ross.
Myself and Jack met at university, so it is a good place to make friends.
You start the podcast at uni?
Yes. So that was second year at uni. We started in the January, and we're just going into our fourth year of doing the podcast. So it's gone on right from the middle of uni to the end. We graduated 2 years ago.
That's it.
That's so cool.
fingers crossed we can last 4 years.
2026.
Well, from the success of your new single.
Oh, I mean,
Honestly.
it's a bright start. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, well.
It's crazy because there's not been a marketing budget or anything, but it's just been doing well, and we're gonna put together a budget at some point, and it's going to try and expand. But for the start, it was just, we were not expecting it. It's really nice.
Yeah. So what kind of music are you all listening to at the moment?
Guys, go for us.
You start.
Yeah,
Why do I start?
Because your music is something else.
I've never met, we were just playing songs for each other earlier. I've never met a band that has such, everyone has different, very, very, very different music tastes. So let's see how this goes.
I feel like you hear a lot where everyone's like, "Oh, we just have such different music tastes," but it's
this time
it's not even
I've heard
sensible.
that a lot in general, but this time it is all four corners of music based on what I've heard.
Well, it's I thought that I didn't not like any music, and then you showed me that Paper Planes remix. And I was like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard, and you were like, I'm jamming to it. So that's the level of extreme
Drew has told me before, like before when it was experimental, like if someone would show something that's experimental,
Yeah.
that he'd be like, oh, that's interesting. But like now, whenever I show any of these lot something that I would consider experimental, they get scared. And I took it as the biggest compliment that I've ever received.
Yeah.
Because I would the one he's talking about is a remix by Laura Les, who I listen to a lot, who's in 100 Gex, obviously. I would listen to like a lot of like hyperpop is the sort of new shit that I would listen to, like super like upbeat, fast paced electronic stuff. But then my like background, I guess you would say, is in like sort of like punk rock type stuff.
Yeah.
True.
You play a lot of rock drums as well.
I do. I play a lot of
you rock drums.
I do like my rock drums.
You like
my
your rock
background,
drums? Yeah. For me, it's like, oh gosh, it's like, I don't know. It's a lot of pop. It's a lot of pop. It's gone a lot more poppy. It was very rock for ages. It was like Radiohead and all of that stuff. And now, you know, The Weeknd drops a new album, and it's like most of the stuff I listen to. I love his stuff. I love Years and Years. Really, a good album.
Yeah.
That was good. So very poppy. It's just completely changed. But I'm looking for bangers now. You know, just vibes, pure vibes. But not what bops. Oh, sorry. We've decided we've been having a conversation about bops and vibes.
That's the only two music genres.
That's how. If you really break it down. That's how bop with vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been listening to what I would count as bops, but yeah, I'm firmly rooted in my background at the moment. I'm trying to get out of it. It's not going well. I'm very acoustic and some musical theatre as well, and it's just I listen to quite a lot of that just regularly. Like the Ed Sheeran, but I have been getting into more indie and like more rocky things, like Sam Fender, like The Strokes.
Oh,
yeah, like I don't know. I've got into Bring Me the Horizon a little bit, so that's merging on metal.
Are those all bops?
Yeah, they're all bops.
No vibes.
Vibes, I would say, is like Sam Fender vibes.
There's some musical theatre vibes.
Sam Fender vibes. And musical theatre vibes, definitely. Yeah,
for sure.
They're bops, mainly.
Recently, I've been on a lot of like electronic music, sort of sometimes ambient stuff, sometimes like rave music. So there's a lot of like jungle drum and bass breaks in there, and then there's a lot of like ambient stuff like Aphex Twin and all of that. That's like the electronic sides. Then there's a lot of, because I've been in a couple rock bands before coming out to uni, and I was never like fully into it before then, but then I realized like this is a lot of fun. So there's all like the classic rock songs. I can't really think of any off the top of my head.
The classic.
Classic. A lot of Motley Crue recently, because I fucking love the whole glam thing. I really like just the whole aesthetic. They're all dickheads. horrible people. But they, like in the film, I really like the aesthetic of that. There's a lot of rap stuff, mostly UK at the moment. It drifts, like with rap, it kind of drifts between like the classic US and then UK scene. So there's a lot of Nux right now. Some older rap as well, like Cream by Wu-Tang. I'm really liking like all of that whole, like any Wu-Tang album pretty much.
We're gonna get some rap on our stuff.
Yeah,
that's the next album.
Not from me.
Come on. I bet you got bars.
And I do not have bars. And shoegaze because of the guitar tones.
Oh.
Gonna sound real
I
pretentious.
don't think I've ever met a band that have got such a diverse range of music choices.
They've covered all bases.
You're
covering all bases.
Yeah, French classical as well.
What?
Yeah, you've shown
Honestly,
me.
That is
Honestly, I was going to say that.
Good
I
mix.
think all of us are hearing that for the first time as well. I've never heard that from you.
No.
French classical.
He's played French classical.
It's not
to
like
us.
classical, but there's this French song that I played when we were all at Drew's, and it had like some accordion going on. But then I'm pretty sure there's this classical song I've got. I'm not sure if it's French, but it's nice. It's nice.
No, it was a vibe. It gave me like full-on Pixar vibes, though.
Yeah.
It was Ratatouille vibes.
It was a Ratatouille sounding song. But now I'm pretty sure
because
that
it's French.
Except for country, I think we've covered everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
I
actually
mean-
a fan of country.
There we go.
Yeah, you like country.
Yeah, I like
Country's
country.
alright. You know what I
I
mean?
don't really like country.
I like-
but-
I think we have definitely covered every single part of the music
I like Old
industry.
Town Road.
So, as you've all got like a wide range of music choices, as a band, who would you say your inspirations were?
Well, see, like,
Different instruments, different inspirations, I
Yeah.
would say, because
How's it different songs? Different.
as much as he hates to admit it,
Hey.
Drew.
Oh, don't
does-
even start with this.
As much as he hates to admit it, Drew does sound a little bit like Morrissey from the Smiths.
And politically, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You're not helping yourself by writing like the Smiths.
Okay, right, yeah. So Leo is very much the Smiths, but I literally I sent the next single that we're doing. I've sent that to someone who's a big Smiths fan, and I said,
Yeah.
Does this sound like the Smiths? Will people still compare it? And he was like, absolutely not. More the Killers.
I was gonna say, what do we think?
Well,
You know,
The next one.
so it's like the next song is very different, but I think it's like the same in the way that people like Leo's catchy, but it has like a very, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of our songs are just catchy. That's that's the main
They're
thing.
bops.
I just want to make bop.
I would say
Yeah.
Razorlight as well for the next one.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think he's got a bit of touch of Razorlight in there.
I like that. Okay. Yeah. Nice, some Razorlight in
Sprinkle
there.
of Razorlight.
That's on the press release. Where were you when I was
Sprinkle of
writing?
Razorlight.
Sprinkle of Razorlight, just a dash of Killers.
Yeah, dash of Killers.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Do a recipe.
Yeah.
Format it as a recipe. Ingredients for flashcards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. That is.
That's cool. 1 teaspoon of Morrissey.
Get it on the merch list. Cookbook.
yeah, as a band, you can hear the different influences between different instruments. Like you can hear rock drums, Smiths. Abby, what would you say you can hear? With
I
bass lines.
kind of like the Nile Rodgers,
The Nile
kind of
Rodgers
cheeky
kind of
esque
Before I knew what the next song was
Yeah.
called, I just knew it as the disco song.
disco punk.
Yeah, so you can hear that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So as you've been mentioning, you've just released your debut single, Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Going pretty well, that's what I've seen.
Not going too bad.
How did the song come about in the first place?
I demoed this song just sort of back in like February last year in my room, like with some like MIDI piano and some like MIDI drums and stuff. It was like very bare bones, and all the lyrics were different. And it was about a guy called Leo at that time. Now it's an amalgamation of people and experiences and stuff. It's about loads of things. It's not about. I mean, yeah, it's not about Harvey Leo.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
my stage name is Harvey Leo, and the amount of comments I've got, oh, is Leo about you? No. Before I met Drew.
As much as I love Harvey, it's not quite.
It's not
Are your eyes
about
brown?
me, actually. What?
Are your eyes brown?
No, my eyes are hazel, so luckily I just...
Yeah, look at those hazel lights.
No, we're not changing the lyrics now. It's already on Spotify and every other streaming service. Go check it out.
It's on Deezer. Yeah.
Not on Amazon Music.
Oh.
No, it is.
Not properly though.
Oh.
Because it's
Amazon Music called us the
it's
Flashcards.
not where.
Oh no!
Can you? Believe
Can you?
Injustice.
It is. It is. Really like the live version of it. When we were like rehearsing it, we came up with a rearrangement for the live version, and Drew was like, "Oh, why didn't we like put this on the actual track? Because we had already sent it off." But it's good to have like differences.
Yeah.
The live version's going to be very, very cool.
I really like the live
Yeah.
version. Yeah.
Coming to theatres near you.
Ending room. Are we allowed to announce? Yeah, we are allowed to
Yeah,
announce.
yeah,
that.
So we ask a lot of musicians that we've had on recently about the writing process of songs, and they all have different methods of writing songs. What is your process?
with Leo.
I'm going to leave that to you two.
Yeah,
because
Leo is probably different than the.
Well, we sort of were in the band before these two because we were just sort of like putting that together.
Me and you for context.
I'm pointing. Sorry, I'm pointing. Like you can see, can just see that I'm pointing. So me and Lewis, the drummer, we sort of got together. And we were like, I was like, here's some demos. Let's put this together. And we did some work on it. But it often starts either one of two ways. Random inspiration at 3 a.m. Me playing guitar and like some words just come about and like I've got a rough idea of a chord sequence and then I pass it on to other people and they make it better. Or like demoing. So just demoing on Logic, putting together an arrangement. So sometimes the arrangement comes first, and sometimes and I write lyrics over that, and sometimes the lyrics come first, and then it's like let's make an arrangement.
Have you got any plans for doing a live show?
We have.
We've got a number of.
Funny, you should say that.
We have a uni live show coming up at the end of March, actually, the end of this month.
A week and a half.
A week and 2 days.
Oh, it's a week and 2 days. Okay, fair enough. 25th of March, we've got a show at the Belgrave Music Hall in Leeds, and that should be really fun. That should be good fun. It'll be the first time we've performed live, which will be an interesting experience. We'll see if we're actually cut out for this.
I
hope we are, because then we got a gig afterwards as well.
Uni show is just like a taster.
Yeah, we've got 2 months to prepare for that one though. If we're shit.
We've got so we're playing at the Lending Room on the 13th of May, which is a Leeds venue, and then we are playing. On the down low, there is a London gig coming up in May that will be announced soon, hopefully, if all goes through, and that's going to be exciting for us because I'm from close to London. Albie's from London, so it's like being home, you know. And you're not from London, and these two are not.
It'll be nice to see we're not doing much from Spotify, so it'll be good to get a bit of like flashcards dough from these gigs.
It would be lovely to find out when this gig is in London, and myself and Jack would love to come.
Oh, please. Yeah, no, that would be great. So are you based in London?
No, we're in Hastings.
Oh, yeah, so closer than Leeds, I guess.
So not too far from London. Yeah. But then London is like
it's coming up. We'll let
our
you know.
second home.
That's next on the list. Don't worry about that.
Hastings.
Brighton's a good place as well to perform.
It's great.
Do you ever think about that?
I've never done that before. Great for the music scene. I feel like I'm very gay as well. So
I was going to say, I've always wanted to go to Brighton just because.
Yeah, Brighton Pride. Oh my God, I've always like wanted to perform properly like a bride or something. That'd be really cool. Do something at one of those. Because I mean, Leo's a gay song. It's a song about
really
crazy, right? You know, me singing about a guy. It's kind of like that. So you know, I can see. I would like to.
You say that you're a homosexual male.
Oh,
I think it definitely go down.
Okay, no. So the story behind that brief little detour is I went on a radio show one time, and it was just with my old band, and they said awkwardly was like, so do you guys have any girlfriends? And I was last in line, and I was so awkward about it, and I went, actually, I'm a homosexual male. That's the exact words I said. Yeah, real smooth.
Bit of a cringy question to ask, isn't it, at an interview nowadays?
Like some like old auntie who you've never seen and haven't seen for like 5 years.
Are you engaged?
Oh, you're so tall now. You're so tall. Have you got any girl? I bet you get all the girls in your class. Something like that.
So what's next for the band?
Write more songs. Keep on getting them out. Keep on chugging. Keep trying to find as many gigs as possible.
Don't we have an EP like that?
So yeah, we've got the next single coming out, which we're aiming for like a May release with that. And then we've got 2 more songs that we're working on, and we'd like to do a 4-song EP. That's the current plan. And then there's some more after that. There's a funk song that's sort of on the down low. That's going to be very.
It's creeping up on that.
It's going to be a fun one. It's got a great hook. I think it's going to be an infectious one.
It's all it's got right now. It's a great hook.
It's got a hook, and that's it so far. But it's a good.
It's a good hook.
That's all you need. Just to send out the hook.
Yeah, well, repeat.
And then but like you said, like get more gigs.
Yeah, just get more gigs, have a round, see if we can get in contact with promoters and whatnot, and maybe labels. Who knows? I've said the L word.
Oh, you said it. Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed. But.
It sounds like you've got an awful lot that you want to do this year.
Definitely. Yeah. It's going to be a busy year.
It's plenty of time.
It's brilliant as well because, like, on our course, like, we have basically unlimited access to, like, a very, very good studio.
No, yeah.
And so it's like
you got to take advantage of it.
Exactly. We've got 2 more years left. Coming up. We're coming up on finishing our first year now. So 2 more years left of these facilities being ours, and then we just have to pay loads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got to make it before then, otherwise we can't afford to.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Taking time.
I think that's a mistake we made, because my advice to you is make the most of the equipment and the facilities you have. Because myself and Jack did a journalism course in Brighton, and we had access to recording studio, sound booth, things like that, and we used it once a week. That's as much as we used it, and I regret not using it more. Because now we're just recording over Skype in our bedrooms, no recording studio.
It's a great setup though, because I've listened to your podcast before. I've been on your podcast before.
Yes, you have.
And it was it's a fun. It's you edit it well. It's all it's a great listen. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we don't actually edit the interviews. We keep it as it is.
Really?
The only thing we edit is the music at the beginning and end.
Right. Okay. Well,
That stayed in there.
I think we've not said much to edit out anyway. We've not said anything regrettable yet, have we?
Keep in mind from that forward.
Everyone, no pressure, but everything's staying in. I think I'd probably embarrass myself a little bit, but that's always good.
You're the singer. That's your job.
That's my job. I'm the front man.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all I got. It did sound like I was going to follow.
Yeah, well.
But no.
Yeah. Well, our tutor when we were back at uni said, because we had regular meetings with him and about the podcast and what we could do better, and he listened to it and he said the good thing about what you do and that nobody else does is we don't do editing of anything in the interview, so it just sounds like friends having a conversation.
Yeah.
It's very conversational. I do like that.
You're like the Graham Norton of podcasts. You are. We're on the sofa. We're all having a good time.
Put that in the bio.
Back to you guys and your music then. Have you got any advice for bands or musicians just starting out?
Some music uni, you can get £2 million studio for free.
Come to music uni if you can, if you have the facilities to, because it's definitely worth it. You'll get more experience than you could possibly know. And you'll enjoy it. It's good fun.
It's good for networking. It's good for facilities. Yeah, like if it's something you're able to do. Like obviously people want to say, I don't want to go to school. I want to focus on my own music and stuff.
This doesn't feel like school.
It doesn't really feel like school, to be honest. So I just turn up, play guitar, and go home.
I was going to say about what you said about, because obviously coming here for networking and everything.
Yeah.
As well, if you can, try and get, because obviously we were saying about diversity of taste and everything. Try and get a diversity of, I don't know, people, I guess, in your group. Because obviously I was saying, I think a big part of why Leo has done better than we think it was is because we're all from such different places. We can sort of send it back home as well as here, and then everyone there will show it around.
See, you can see what part of the country's like it, and then go to those parts of the countries and play.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I mean. Because obviously we've got everyone in Leeds,
We've got
banging out to Leo, but then I've got everyone back
London, Ireland,
in Ireland.
Nottingham. So yeah.
But also, like, the good thing about having people with such different tastes is, like, you're never going to be, like, an exact copycat of an exact band. You know, like, if you get a bunch of Arctic Monkeys fans together and you start a band, it's going to sound like Arctic Monkeys.
Bunch of Arctic fans from Sheffield.
Yeah. Antarctic Monkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely a tribute band or something. But like, yeah, it's important. Like for us, it's like it never goes too much. Like, I don't think it. I mean, obviously, like you can make comparisons and stuff to certain elements, but like,
It's always going to be that.
Yeah.
I think.
What's that one phrase that's like, oh, if you steal from taken from one person, stealing, taken from a bunch of people as inspiration or whatever it is. Can't remember what the phrase is.
If you take it from, what was the phrase? If you take it from someone, you're stealing from. You're basically doing the exact same as everybody else because everybody gets inspiration from somewhere.
Yeah.
There's going to be someone who's got inspired by the same artist.
You just want your mix of inspirations to be better than everyone else's, and then
oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
So,
Sorry.
your uni course then. I'm interested to find out. I know you play a lot of music for the course then. Is there like exams and things that you have to do?
It's mostly performance based, so a lot of it is like logging your performance, like logging how your rehearsals go. So we do write-ups on rehearsals and stuff, and sort of it's about progress. So it's about like, you know, you start here and then at the end of the course, like where are you at, where have you improved? And at the moment, like this live show we're doing on the 25th, we're being marked on sort of how we put that together. We've, you know, been given a lot of agency to just like do what you want. If you want to form a band and like do a few songs, we'll allocate some time for you. So it's very just like go off and do your thing, which is great because like a lot of us just want to be creative. You know, you get in front of a drum kit, you don't want to be told like now play this song.
Yeah.
It's now like now write your thing.
Yeah.
Like now discover what your sound is. So that's what, you know, that's what I really like about this uni. They should use us in that, but
It is in fairness, because like we do get briefs in all sorts of areas of stuff. So like we're like produce this song and you get marked on it, and but whenever it is a brief on something, so there's songwriting, production, all of that, and you get briefs on all of those things. So you get like a songwriting brief and a performance brief and a recording brief, but in all three of those things you're doing your own originals. So like you learn how to songwrite and you learn how to produce and you learn how to perform and like any other aspect of music you can think of, but like you're learning how to do it by doing your own stuff. It's sort of like it's you teaching yourself it. There's a lot of you teaching yourself it, but it's stuff that you could teach yourself usually, but with more facilities and more direction, which I find really helpful. Because I wouldn't like teach myself how to like songwrite otherwise if I wasn't here. But now that I am here and I have to, it does like force me to learn how to do it. And then once I get to a stage where I'm comfortable doing it, I'll enjoy it more.
I think also following on from what Albie said, it's the thing of you're always learning how to songwrite, how to do new things. But it is like, if I hadn't have come to music uni, I can safely say I would not be as good on guitar or drums or bass or anything, because you've got that experience from everybody else, like going into like your head, even if it's subconsciously and consciously, because Albie's given me guitar lessons, so that's nice. But yeah, it's just you spend 6+ hours a day at a music uni where you're surrounded by instruments. You're going to pick one up that you haven't picked up before, you're going to try it, you're going to like it, you're going to hate it, it's up to you. But we have that freedom to kind of just learn whatever we like, and the lecturers and teachers are just like, yeah, do whatever you like, you can play whatever instrument you want, you're not tied, so just enjoy, which I think is really good.
It is sick. I'm happy with my choices.
what's also really cool is it's like the different, like, because all of us have like different music tastes and stuff. Like I would not, like I was ragging on your taste earlier. I was absolutely just, you know, going to town on your taste earlier. But like you've shown me so many songs that I actually would never have heard before that I like, you know, and I get that from everyone. Everyone's, you know, a real personality, some more than others. And 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 we all have fun here.
That's a bit of a shame.
And we all have fun here, and it's great because we get to work with some of the film students next year. There's like a whole unit where we get to do a music video with the film students, and this year we did we got photo shoots for each of us, like these really good photo shoots.
Oh, we're looking cute.
And they made us look fine, and like I wouldn't have those pictures, and I wouldn't have that. Coming out of this uni, like there's going to be a real portfolio because we've just had access to not just the facilities, but the people around. Like there's people on different courses that we can just grab. Oh, I need graphics. Let me go talk to a graphics student. Like, hello. Please. And they're always happy to do it. So it's a nice environment. It's a cool, like, creative. Yeah.
What I also noticed with you were saying about the photo shoots, I mean, maybe not for you or you two, because you've always done photo shoots before, but I was saying to you before with like just being here, I feel like with a lot of people, they've obviously sort of came out of their shell a lot, which is what you do at uni anyway, but like, I noticed getting these pictures taken, I was like, I'm a lot more in my own skin type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm surrounded by people who have similar interests and do similar things, and I can just go and talk to whoever I want to about, like, music that I'm interested in.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like from the amount of people that you've got around you at uni, you could probably start up your own team to help you with all your stuff.
It's a networking zone. We're gonna get everyone.
I have a little bit already.
Yeah, we've got people on our course doing photography, doing
makeup and stuff.
Yeah, we've got a stylist. We've got a band stylist and I can't remember the app, but Ananya is our stylist, and Isabella is they're both amazing, incredible people. They've helped us out so much.
Shopping. Clothes shopping with them.
So we got a stylist before a manager, which obviously is the best way to go.
Oh, but it was so funny. Before the photo shoot, I went to Albie's, and Albie. Do you want to tell this story?
Drew. We were doing a photo shoot last Friday, and Drew came to mine, and we looked through my wardrobe and picked some stuff up. Drew's a little bit taller than me. The trousers ran a little bit short. I had to tell him to put his ankles away at one point. But, we went through my wardrobe. We tried on some, because Drew obviously he stays in the skinny jeans, it's like tighter tops thing. But I'm more like bootcut jeans, flared jeans, or baggy jeans. So we tried on some of them. He found himself kind of like in the boot cuts, so we went with them for the shoot. And we've only done like one photo shoot so far. We're all wearing the same outfits and like every single bit of marketing material we use, because it's all from the same thing. If you look a little closely, you'll see Drew in his white boot cuts courtesy of me.
I mean, I have my own style, but I was like, this is an important photo shoot, and I need to look good. And Albie comes in every day, and he's fashionable, he's looking great, and I was just like, give me a bit of that, give me some of that Albie magic.
Albie's the course model.
That's not. There isn't a course model.
Can't even challenge.
And if there was, it wouldn't be me.
That wouldn't be me. Pouts.
Single theater.
That's live every moment under the camera.
Just blue steel. Yeah.
One final question then. Where would be your dream venue to play at?
Little Southeast London pub called the Amersham Arms, but
dream venue.
Rock City in Nottingham.
There you go.
Just because I had like my best club night ever of my life there when I was visiting the friends, and I got back and I was talking about it, and Harvey was like, "Oh, I'm from the City."
Rock City is a really, really nice venue in Nottingham, and luckily, couple of years ago I got the chance to play there, not on the main stage but in the slightly smaller stage for a competition, but it was really good, and that was just as a solo thing because obviously I hadn't met you guys, but it's a really nice place. But when we're talking dream, I'm thinking like America.
A little bit.
To be fair, I probably would have just said like
maybe
SFE back home, you know what I mean?
Well, that's in England as well.
The Water Rats London.
O2?
No, because I kind of like a little intimate gig.
Intimate gig.
Oh,
halftime Super Bowl show.
A festival like Reading.
Reading, Leeds. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, one of them.
I've never thought of that immediately.
One of those like Barcelona festivals,
Yes.
maybe. Also in the UK, like oh my god, why you play a download? We start
Madfest has some good ones, but we're not really that style.
Rolling Loud.
Well, we can be.
I don't know.
Who says who?
The windmill in Brixton. That one's the one that pops up all the time. That one's supposed to be really cool. I don't know if we'd fit the vibe, but you know.
I'm pretty sure we could get away with it because it's just like a pub venue.
Yeah. No, that's a nice place.
You know,
I've been saying this whole podcast that it's like, oh, we didn't really have like a set style. We just kind of do whatever, and then now you're like, we didn't really fit that style.
Well, I mean,
I would be surprised to see like Santan Dave, ASAP Rocky, Flashcards on the wireless.
Bro, we can do whatever we want. We got plenty of time.
Flashcards drill.
Yeah.
That's the third album.
Yeah. Write it down. I get my notes down.
So you can catch Flashcards' new single Leo on all streaming services, I believe.
Except Amazon.
Except Amazon.
It's on Amazon. That's the Flashcards.
Yeah.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Flashcards Band.
Yeah.
Just keep up with the socials. We got gig announcements coming up, and you'll see our new single when it comes out. So get on it, everyone. Come on,
Listen to Leo. Yeah.
Get the notifications on. Notifications on. Get the Leo on. Sorted.
Up the Leo.
Up the Leo.
And to our listeners, thank you for listening. Thank you, Flashcards, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.